So, I'm just wondering if it's just me being an African American Muslim in America, a revert. Seems kind of difficult, semi-isolating. I mean, there's like other people around, but a lot of the other people have different cultures. And not only do they have those cultures, but they have, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, like a whole lineage of people that are like them. And I don't have, a family that's like shunned me or anything weird like that, but because we live different lives, we're in different locations, it's just kind of like, you kind of lean more towards your Islamic community, so to speak. But when you're like a super minority, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a different experience. Every major city that I've lived in, it's almost like there's a segregation based on your culture, or where you're from. And it's like people are nice and stuff, but even at some massages that I've been to, it's like people will, give you salams and smile and do the hi, how are you thing. And then they'll literally just start talking to each other in another language, like right there in front of you. For some people, especially people who have strong accents, I kind of just brush it off like, maybe it's just easier for them to talk in their language. I don't know, maybe having to think about English, because I know we have a complex language. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just easier for them, but I don't know. In some situations, to me, it's just felt pretty rude. I don't know. That's just my perspective. I know there's probably another one, because it's like, well, why can't they? I mean, that's fine, but just like the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, you don't whisper. If there's 3 people, 2 people should not be whispering to each other, because it's like you're automatically going to make that other person think you're talking about them, even if you're not, maybe you just said something that was private, but whatever. You never know how that makes people feel. So when people do stuff like that, for one, it's like, yeah, I don't know if you're talking about me, but at the same time, even if you're not, especially if we're like the only ones around, like it's still kind of rude, It's like purposely leaving someone out of the conversation when there is a mutual language that we can all speak. But I don't know, just some experiences. I don't know. I tried to go on Facebook to find some other groups of other African American Muslims, and that's pretty cool, but they're all in different cities from where I live. So it's cool to be able to communicate with those people, but just the day-to-day experience of living is different. Raising your kids is different, because as a revert, it's like, with you being the only Muslim pretty much in your family, your kids, like, they have the Islamic community, but they feel some of the same stuff you feel. And then whenever it's like family gatherings, they're, the odd ones, and they're never treated differently by their family members. But I don't know how you can really foster a sense of belonging that way, It's kind of difficult. My husband talks about going to Islamic countries where there's majority Muslims, and I can't really wrap my head around that being any relief, because I just feel like, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like there's not really a place for me, because it's like, yeah, we're all Muslim, but sometimes it's just different. And I feel like going to another country, being an African American, I'm still going to be a minority. So the overall Islamic experience, I'm sure, would be beautiful, and I would welcome that. But as far as the whole communal thing, I don't really know if that would be different. I don't know. But I do feel like I'm at a point in my life where, I don't know, kids are getting older. I think I would like to be able to interact with people more. It doesn't help having social anxiety. It seems like it came from out of nowhere, but I don't know. I think I can manage with that, but just having the right situations present themselves. It's already hard enough parenting kids in America when you have values, because most people don't, unfortunately. And then when you add that religious element on top of it, with your religion being a minority and then your race being a minority, you just feel defeated sometimes. It's difficult to just always be going against the grain. And sometimes even being amongst other Muslims, it's like, when I was a Christian, it's like you have different sects of the churches, In Islam, it was like, it's like this one thing. But I realized that, the religion itself is perfect, but people are not, and people come from different parts of the world, and they have their cultural aspects that play into that. But sometimes I feel like we're practicing different religions, and it's crazy. But I don't know, maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I need to learn more. I try to. Then that's difficult. You don't know who's legit, who's not. I don't know. I think maybe I've just been too distracted recently. So for myself, I just need to take some initiative to work on those things about myself more, and socially with other people, do better, be a better friend, just be better, read more, and just kind of take a look at all the aspects of my life, like what's not good, nothing's going to be perfect, but what can I work on? And then maybe once I work on those things, inshallah, things will be better. Maybe this is just a season of my life that will pass, and maybe weeks from now or months from now or years from now, I'll look back and be happy that it's gone and there's a new season in front of me, if Allah wills. I just wonder if I'm the only person who feels that way. I don't think that I am, but it feels that way sometimes. What do you think?